Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about my graduation project, which is called Muḥīṭ Publications. I'll be going through my design choices and everything that led to the final result. So about Muḥīṭ itself, the name, so it means ocean or environment in Arabic. It serves as this metaphor for the immense depth and Saudi talent that remains largely undocumented. And this is what we're doing here at Muḥīṭ. This is our mission. We are a publication company dedicated to these emerging younger Saudi artists. We collect all types of work and join it into this one high-quality yearly print. So our values are loyalty, visibility, inclusiveness, creativity, and connection. And our target audience is, of course, these younger, still emerging artists, so we can attract them and also have their work in the book. And also people who are looking for a way to discover local art. Our tone of voice is artsy, quiet, and sophisticated. So the logo went through a lot of drafting. However, I started off with a handwritten typography. Then I moved on to making something that is cleaner and would leave more space for the artwork itself to shine, the artwork that we collect for the books. So as you can see on the right, that is what I started or focused on. So what does this logo mean? What does it represent? Muḥīṭ Publications is again a company all about artists. So the ocean inside this block or frame is supposed to be the artist, the work, and everything all contained into this one frame that organizes and collects everything into this one box or one organized publication. So these are the variations, the safe zone and the sizing, the colors in the logo, and the typography. I wanted something that is simple but not very generic because, again, I'll keep repeating this, but the focus is the artists and we do not want to steal the attention from them. So these are the do's and don'ts. The color palette, I wanted to have black and white at first, however that felt too strict and it didn't have the artsy tone that I wanted. So for the patterns and illustrations, they are inspired from actual modern Saudi patterns, and these fish are supposed to represent the uniqueness of ocean life. And that is a parallel to the artists themselves. They are all unique. They have their own styles and everything. So for the image rules, since we deal with a lot of artwork, there are rules for the actual art or how it's displayed. For example, digital artwork must be displayed as is with minimal cropping. And traditional paintings must be without glare or photographed in a way to ensure there is no reflection. Otherwise, it would be too distracting. Sometimes they have frames, and that is also okay as long as it's not distracting. So for the social media, like I said, the brand itself is supposed to work with the artwork and not clash against it. So as you can see, the colors and the fonts work with everything, the art, and just the entire identity works with the artwork itself. So for the business cards, again, we're a very artsy company, and we're also a publication house. So there are people that work in this. So each employee would have their own business card and their own colors that represent them and their own fish or their own sea creature. So for the book itself, it has grids. There are two books, one that is exclusive and one that is main and yearly. And of course there are grids because art deserves to be organized and respected, which is why we have these grids. So we can organize it in a way that makes sure the viewer looks or appreciates the artwork in a way that is not distracting. So this is the cover. I wanted something that is youthful to represent the beginning. Also, this artwork is the very last one in the book, so it only felt fair for the artist to have the main cover, and also it represents or very close with the brand itself. So this is the exclusive book cover. I specifically chose this artist because she knows a lot about Saudi culture. She's very smart in this regard. She knows a lot about heritage. And this specific artwork is very representative of her art because it has this certain intensity. So this is an explanation of the book page. Another one. There are also full spreads. So this is a mock-up of the book. As you can see, each page or each artist has one full bleed page at the beginning, which is supposed to represent a beginning or a start, or it's supposed to indicate that the artist has changed. So this is the smaller book. She also has full spread pages. This is the bookmark. Again, we are working with the artwork and with the rest of the brands and the artwork rather than against it. So these are the advertisements. Again, they are artist focused. Another one. Stickers. This is a letter. Some improvements. For example, I did not originally have a grid. So this is the booth. I wanted something that represents an art gallery because it's all about art, but however the twist is that the artwork is inside a book, which is in the gallery. So some progress of the book. I had a lot of ideas, but then I landed on the one you saw before because the last one, as you can see here on the right, it felt like a magazine mostly. So from this point onward, a word from the juror is that Muḥīṭ should be more than a publication company. And I agree because art is important and it should be represented in different ways. And again, our mission is to represent artists as much as we can. So thank you very much.